So if this was a regular Monday morning call, we would have talked like we just did, and then we would be talking about what we have going on this week and what in particular we're going to do for today. I will tell you that I forgot what I was going to say, but we're going to go into the assignment right now. So,
okay.
So the assignment was, or what we're talking about as far as the third step is to make a list, right, of who you think could potentially be a good accountability partner for you.
Right.
And I know that we've shared before how we met. I was thinking just over the weekend how strange it is how we met. So for those of you briefly that don't know, Donna was exhibiting at a show. It was for the Green Building Council, and I was in attendance. And as Shauna likes to say, she couldn't get rid of me. So
and I didn't want to, but
I was drawn to her. I was drawn to what she was exhibiting, as well as her personality, and was having a lot of fun with her. And I ended up inviting her to a networking group that I had started, and she started coming to the networking group, and our friendship sort of started forming. Obviously, we liked each other. We were energetic with our thing, and eventually, you were talking about a course you were going to do. I said I'd like to do that, and we did a course together. So that's kind of how we fell into this. We did the course together, which is we were both looking for something similar, and we already knew that we liked each other. So in thinking about, first off, for you and I in a million years never would have thought that our meeting at that one event would evolve into such a relationship.
Thank you, universe.
Yeah. So what I have to say is, don't limit yourself on where you're going to find the people. So as you're making a list, think about people really that you're and then fill in the blanks. See if they have similar goals. See if we're in totally different businesses. So to think that really, what do we have in common? But as business owners, we all have things in common. So not to limit the business. I think one of the biggest things that's the most important is that you have a connection, that you like each other, and that you both want to grow.
Right. The motivation level is huge.
You both want to work towards a goal.
Right.
It doesn't have to be the same goal. For us, it was growing our businesses.
Right.
For you've had fitness goals, which you have somebody that you work with on that. So, but you also talk to me about that. So so don't limit yourself as far as where you want to be looking for your accountability partner.
Definitely, and I can. Yeah. So I was thinking too. If I hadn't met you, there are probably a very few other people in my life that I would say I would ask to be my accountability partner. Obviously, you're my number one choice. Yeah. The motivation level that we both have together is what I think really helps us. If I had somebody who wasn't as motivated or as determined as me, then it wouldn't work as well. We also, both of us are very spiritual. We both love to go hiking. I mean, we have just different connections, but that all has formed since we started this. We didn't know that about each other. She didn't know that I worked for a general contractor for almost 10 years, and she's a general contractor. And I didn't know that she did marketing before. So it was kind of interesting how much we really know each other's businesses. But I think that came out months into the relationship.
Maybe even
a year, right?
Maybe,
Yeah. When she was talking about her processes, and I was like, oh, well, when I used to work at this general contractor, this is what we did, and this is, how we solved that problem. And then it was just really funny because it's really helped both of us. So I say motivation level, people that you have in your networking groups, because if they're doing networking, then they're pretty motivated to go out there, put themselves out there. I've worked on
people like being in courses.
yes.
If you're doing a course and somebody else is doing sports, that's also a good sign.
Definitely. I've been on boards for youth sports programs and met some amazing people there. Some of my, some of my other really, really, really good friends I've met there. So is there a fit there? Doing this breast cancer walk, when you're walking side by side with somebody for 40 miles, you learn so much about them, and those relationships you form, they could be there too. I mean, they're volunteering, which means for the most part, 99% of the people that I've met while I'm volunteering and doing these things are just amazing, kind people. So same thing, right? Like you have this connection with them. They're all working. There's hardly anybody who is a stay-at-home mom. Most people that are doing this and pushing themselves, a lot of them are business owners or, just really driven, more the movers and shakers in the businesses they work for.
So what about this though? Because let's not forget that we also need accountability partners to help us relax.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Right?
Me.
So, exactly. So don't forget about the people that can support you in that way as well.
Right.
So, because it's just as hard for some people I'm thinking about people maybe that are even like easing into a retirement kind of thing. Like, what do I do with this next part of my life?
Right.
So finding somebody that can help you with that.
Right.
Right? Sometimes just finding somebody that's been where you want to be and asking them how they did it.
Right.
So, and then you mutually get something out of that relationship. So, or somebody who's in that exact same position and they want to grow through that together.
Right.
So, but I do think having that in common, having the motivation level, like I said, don't limit where you look or find or may find your accountability partner. What just occurred to me is that, so I think the universe brought us together. So a lot of times I tell you when I ask for things, I have this secret sauce, right? My secret sauce is that I ask people to do things and they do it, right? So, but this is really the secret sauce. You ask the universe that you're looking for something, and then you pay attention to what's around you, mm-hmm. or you ask the question like, would you like to be my accountability partner? Would you like to do this together? And people say yes.
Right. Right.
So I think it's sometimes maybe as simple as saying, I want this, and then watching around you for who appears.
Mm-hmm. And there's signs. There's definitely signs. And it's funny.
Probably.
But it's okay. This is how I see it. Like I can see the same sign as somebody else, but they don't see it because they're not aware or looking for it. And I'll point it out, or they'll say, oh, this has been put in front of me 3 times. Or they'll just be telling me a story like this happened here and this happened. And I said, okay, that means you need to listen. Those are being put in front of you repetitively because that's something you need to hear. So what are you going to do with that? And some people, we always talk about this too, when you're so close to yourself, it's hard to see outside, right? So sometimes you need that person to be like, Shauna, that's your body telling you it's time to relax. And I'm like, why am I getting injured? Why am I doing? And you're like, okay, because you just did 40 miles and now you're trying to do, this, and then you're going to go try to do that. Relax in between, stretch out more, do some yoga, don't jump right back into jiu-jitsu next week, Yeah.
And I think I even told you last week, you're planning on taking it easy the first of the week, right?
Right. Oh yeah. I don't even think I'm going to be able to really walk until maybe Thursday or Friday, just regular walk.
Oh, we're not hiking this weekend?
I thought you were out of town this weekend. No, next weekend.
I'm out of town next weekend.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll hike this weekend.
I'm out of town next week, so I don't know. Fly on the wall. Do you want Marissa?
Oh, you're not here on Monday?
Marissa's looking at me. I'm not here. I'm at the airport.
Ah, okay. We'll have to talk about that offline and figure out what we can do and what times. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We can maybe budget. So, anyways, we digress. When you're making your list, put it out there to whatever you call it, the world. Just put it out there. I'm looking for this, and then just start writing down the names of people that come to mind that seem like they're working towards something that you want to work towards, mm-hmm. and that you like each other. Right. You have a good energy together, and the rest from there is just trying it out, which we'll talk about next time. Trying out some different things and seeing how it works.
And one thing we haven't talked about is a sibling. I have 6 siblings. There's definitely one, maybe two that I would say, you know, if I didn't have somebody else, they would be a good accountability partner for me. So look there too.
Yeah, absolutely.